I've taken a look at a few different sets of in-ear monitors on this channel from brands like KZ and K-Bear, and the product that I have on the table today from Phenyx Pro is something that allows you to take your wired in-ear monitors to the next level. This is the Phenyx Pro PTM-22, and it's a 4-channel mono wireless in-ear monitor system. This will untether you from your headphone amplifier or your mixer and allow you to walk around a stage or move throughout a room without needing to be tied to that system. In this video today, I'm going to unbox this, show you what comes inside, talk about the important specs and features and things that stand out to me in the PTM-22, and share my experience using this product. Before we dive into things though, if you're not already, consider becoming a subscriber, ring the notification bell, like the video, and leave a comment. All of those things help me to keep bringing you videos each and every week. But enough about that, let's take a look at the Phenyx Pro PTM-22. So as I mentioned, and as you can see from the box, this is a 4-channel wireless IEM system. Now, Phenyx Pro is a brand that is very familiar to me on the channel. I love their products. I think they're putting out some of the best value pro audio products on the market right now. Of course, you can spring for the name brand and spend the hundreds or thousands that you need to, but a lot of beginners or amateur musicians and DJs just need something to get started. And Phenyx Pro, in my mind, is not a compromise at all. All of the things that I've used from them, from their wireless mics to their other IEM systems, have been flawless. Really no issues, good build quality, and I think this is going to continue that trend. Now, I've already tested this system, but I have boxed it back up so that you can see the unboxing for yourself. So what I'm going to do is swing the camera overhead and show you what comes inside. When looking at the Phenyx Pro PTM-22 box from the top, you're just going to see we've got this full color image of the system with the 4 body packs right here and the transmitter. Phenyx always packages their products very well, and they come to you very secure, no issues with anything breaking in transit ever. You can see some creases from being beat up by Amazon, but other than that, it's always good quality. So if I open this box, on the top we've got these 2 latches right here. Let's swing this open, let me lay it back down. What we're going to see on top is going to be our user manual. The user manual is very comprehensive. It has a little warranty card. It goes over everything you know to operate the product. If for some reason you want to skip this video, I'll show you how to use it, but you do have this to refer back to if you need it. Pulling off this top piece of foam, we have the transmitter itself, and we'll talk about the build quality of this right now. They do include this nice plastic bag, which is pretty thick and very protective so that it doesn't get any scratches in transit, and if you want to pack it in this to transport it around, that's obviously an option. You can see the embossed Phenyx Pro logo right there, and then you can see the front panel of the unit there and the connections in the back. We'll go over these a little more in detail, but the construction on this is metal and it feels really nice. You've also got attachments here for your rack mount ears. They do include these in the box, which I think is a huge benefit of this system. Also in this layer are our 2 half-wave antennas. This system is in the 900 megahertz band. These are 915 megahertz antenna, and they do include half-wave, which is nice to see. Should boost our reception just a little bit. So if I pull this off of the foam, here we've got all of our accessories, our body packs, and the other things that come in the package. On this side, we have our standard, AC to DC wall wart. Nothing to write home about here. I wish these systems would use IEC, but there's probably a reason they don't. But they include that, and it's got plenty of length to reach down below your table or wherever you have this set up. We've also got sets of batteries right here. I installed one set in the transmitter that I've been using, and I rotated that through all of the different ones just to make sure they worked, but there are batteries included, which is nice to see. On this side, we have all of our different sets of headphones. They do include 4 sets of, I guess, quote-unquote in-ear monitors. These are really just earbuds, pretty cheap ones at that. They work absolutely, and they do have a fair bit of passive noise cancellation, but I would definitely just opt to grab a pair of in-ear monitors from another brand for very cheap. These K-Bear OS1s are one that I really like. I also reviewed the KZ DQS and the KZ ZSN, which I really like, but they do include earbuds with extra tips right there in different sizes for you if you want to use those, okay? They also include, again, something that I really like to see, the wire connectors to rack mount this system in a case. So you can use the rack mount ears, which are right here. If I pull that out of the plastic, These are the rack mount ears if you want to mount the system in a case, and then we do have the extenders for the wires so that you can mount the antenna in the front of your rack mount case. Okay, so super nice to see that as well. And then after that, we have our 4 body packs. Now this is the one I've been using the most. And you can see the body pack right here. These are plastic build, which is good for the lightweight. If you've got this on your belt and you're jumping around on a stage, you don't want it to weigh too much, pull your pants down. They feel still very, very nice. This is our battery compartment. You can see my 2 batteries in there from testing. We've got our antenna on top, which is pretty standard. Our belt clip on the back, which has got plenty of tension to stay on your pants. And then on top, we've got our headphone output and our volume control. Now the volume control is also your switch, so you gotta keep this facing the right way. If I switch that on, you will see the Group 1, Channel 1, and AF and RF, which will show you your signal strength. And then you can feel this knob when this is clipped on your belt very easily, adjust the volume up and down like that, okay? One thing to note with the headphone output on this body pack is that it only is going to work with tip, ring, sleeve jacks. So if we take a look here at the headphones they provided, tip, ring, sleeve, that means no microphone, which would be tip, ring, sleeve, only 2 rings, or excuse me, 1 ring. So this is gonna work. You can try and use the ones with microphones like these K-Bears that I have, but you will not have, you have to like finagle it so that it's in there the certain depth, and it's a pain in the butt. So just make sure you don't have a microphone on your in-ear monitors. It's much easier. Now that we've got the unboxing done, let me give you a closer look at the transmitter unit. I've got it plugged in now, so if I hit the power button on the side here, you're gonna see the 2 displays light up. Each of the displays will show you what group and what channel you are in. There are 50 frequencies per side. There is no scanning function. And if I had one gripe with this unit, that's the thing I wish I could see, is the ability to scan for the most available frequency. I understand that you've got to cut something in these budget units, and that has to go. I think that's a really valuable feature, so if we could add a frequency scan in there, that would be great. But you can just manually select group and channel up to 50 frequencies. You also get the fact that this is mono, it's a line input, and then you're going to get, when it's turned on, your signal and your radio frequency strength. Super, super nice to have. That's repeated on both sides. So while you do only have mono output, you can do 2 separate feeds. So for example, you could send one mix to one member of the band and one mix to another, or a mix to 2 people and 1 person, whatever you want to do. But even though there are 4 body packs, there are only 2 separate feeds that you could send. Okay, now as far as other controls on the front, we do have a level control for each side. We also have a sync button to sync the body packs to either the left or the right transmitter. Okay, on the back, we have our ins and our outputs. So we do have left and right output and left and right input on this transmitter, and left and right output and left and right input on this transmitter. And each of those has a minus 12 dB pad. So if your signal's a little bit too hot and you need to bring it down, you can do that with that switch. These are our antenna attachments. You can either attach the antenna directly by just putting it on, pressing down and twisting the collar, and that will hook on like that. Same on this side, or you can use those wires to extend it and use this in a case. I already showed you a little before, but this is where you're going to attach. Let's see if I can point it. Yeah, you would just unscrew these screws and attach your rack ears if you wanted to mount this in a case. Now, let's say, for example, we want to change the channel. I just need to turn on this little receiver right there. It's on 1 of 1. Let's say we're getting some interference on that channel. I'll come over here. I'm going to go group. We'll change this to group 2, channel 3. I'm just picking random things here. All we have to do if we want to sync that up is press the sync button while aiming the little IR window on the body pack at the IR window on the transmitter. So I'm going to do that, aim those, hit sync, and a couple seconds later, this now shows 2-3 instead of 1-1. Super easy to do. Now, so that I don't lose my mind, I'm going to change this back. Again, just to show you how easy this is, hit group until we're back to group 1, and change channel until we're back to channel 1. Okay, so there's 5 groups, 10 channels per group, 50 channels total on each side. Okay, so that's the operation, and I think, you know, despite not having a scan function, this is probably the simplest pairing mechanism of any wireless system I've used. You just literally push the button, aim the 2 windows at each other, and away you go. So let's talk about performance of the PTM-22. Let's talk about performance of the signal first of all. This is rated, let me get my specs here, for up to 164 feet line of sight. And I think the line of sight part is key. This is in the UHF frequency band, like I said, 900 hertz approximately, and the line of sight makes a big difference. I had this set up in the middle of my house in the kitchen, and I wore the body pack around all day and listened to music. And when I was behind a few walls with transmitters and Wi-Fi routers and microwaves and stuff in between me and the transmitter, there were definitely some dropouts intermittently, once every minute or two. Okay, when I was in the same room, line of sight, no issues at all, rock solid. Walking out about 50 feet line of sight, as far as I probably trust this at a gig, plenty secure, no issues at all. Obstacles, people, cell phones between the two are going to make it difficult, and without a scanning function, I wouldn't risk it. But if you're on a band, you're most likely just going to have this sitting on the stage, a couple 20, 30 feet away from the band members, hopefully. Okay. Now, other things that are worth noting that I wrote down here, like I said, these inputs on the back, this is a mono system, so these are tip sleeve 1/4 inch inputs. You're not going to put a stereo cable into this if you want it to work. When it comes to the audio quality coming through the transmitter to the receiver, I would definitely say it's passable. It's not hi-fi, it's not audiophile, it's not the same as if you had a direct plug-in to whatever system you were using, but it's good. It's full. The low end is there, the mids are there, and I really wouldn't have any qualms with this. If I put it head to head against a name brand unit costing $1,000, I'd probably hear a difference. But if you just need to fill a need at a gig, you're starting out, you need something on a budget, I don't have any issues, and there's no glaring deficits that would make me feel like I couldn't keep up with the band. Now, using the included earbuds or in-ear monitors that they have, I don't expect anything there. The mids are real scooped out. It's really hollow, and then in the bottom, it's muddy. So I would not suggest using those. Like I said, you can get great in-ear monitors for $25 or under. The KZ ZSN are my favorite. These are the K-Bear OS1. Either of those are going to be multi-driver. They're going to be better molded to your ear, better passive noise cancellation, and a better overall sound. So, but you could get this system plus 4 sets of these out the door for under $400. Good to go. All right. All in all, final thoughts, pros and cons. I'll start with the cons. The one thing that I wish this had is the scannable frequency search, so that when you're in a crowded, radio frequency venue, you could find the most clear channel without having to manually test them all and hope that you found the best. That would be really awesome to see. Things that I love about this, as usual, Phenyx Pro, great build quality, metal transmitter, lightweight plastic but good feeling body packs, batteries included, all the things that you need, and the fact that there's rack mounting hardware means this is a little more serious of a unit than some others that are on the market. So do I recommend this? Absolutely. If you want to grab the Phenyx Pro PTM-22 for yourself, I'll include a link down in the description. You can buy through there. You support the channel, doesn't cost you anything extra. I would love you for it. And if you're not picking up one of these today, go ahead, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. All of these things help the channel, and I will keep bringing you content each and every week. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.